All right, we're getting more reaction now from an exclusive I-Team investigation.
The focus of that investigation is video the NFTA does not want you to see. Here on the left is video of a bus driver doing good, helping a suicidal person on a bridge. On the right, well, we can't show you the video because we cannot get our hands on it. I-Team Chief Investigator Charlie Specht has been working on this story for a year now. He joins us now in the studio. Charlie?
Well, Keith and Ashley, our investigation focused on the lack of transparency at the NFTA when it comes to releasing bus videos to the public. And already here, we are getting some major reaction here from viewers. People like Bill Sweet saying his wife got hurt on a Metro bus a few years back. He says we were told the same thing about the video cameras, that they were on that particular bus were broken. Nicole also writing in saying, if you review the FOIA law, you will see that they are not allowed to charge you an outrageous amount of money. That is ridiculous, she says. And here is exactly why these viewers are so outraged.
Stop the bus, there's a boy stuck on the door.
That boy was stuck in the door of a Metro bus like this a year ago, his legs dangling in traffic for nearly a city block before the driver finally hears his screams.
Just like a baby crying. He was in pain, he sounded in pain.
All of this caught on tape by cameras that you pay for that are mounted on each and every Metro bus. After a year-long battle with the NFTA to obtain that footage, the contents of those cameras remain secret. But even as they sit locked away in this building, the videos tell a story about how far local governments will go to keep the public in the dark.
Why won't the NFTA release this video to the public?
We require and we feel very much obligated to protect the privacy of our riders.
Bob Freeman is the director of the state's Committee on Open Government. He values privacy, but says in this case, it simply doesn't apply.
When the incident occurs in plain sight and could be seen by any number of people, the argument involving personal privacy, it seems to me, diminishes. It may even disappear.
Consider that 4 years ago, the NFTA released this video of one of its bus drivers saving the life of a woman,
Miss, you all right?
who was about to jump off of a bridge.
When he sees something others chose to miss and does exactly the right thing.
There's people who would say, look, that's an incident where the NFTA looked good. This is an incident where the NFTA might not look good, and there's a double standard. How do you respond to that?
The woman's face was redacted to our satisfaction, and that's why that video was released.
This is Helen Teteris, the NFTA's new spokeswoman, and in the interest of transparency, we want to explain why we're talking to her and not the agency's top leaders. We first asked for an interview with this woman, Executive Director Kim Minkle, who makes $218,000 a year in public money, but she declined our request. We were told we could interview this man, Dave State, the NFTA's general counsel, who makes $153,000 a year, but he backed out when we were setting up our cameras. So the task fell on Teteris to explain all of this, even though she didn't even work for the NFTA at the time of the incident. The NFTA said we could have the video of the child stuck in the door, but only if we paid a fee. $1,902.82. The NFTA said it needed the money to pay someone to blur out the faces of its passengers.
That's sort of like giving someone medical records and saying, okay, use your Sharpie to, cover up and hide the information. I mean, we really do have to be very careful.
We even offered to bring our equipment to the NFTA and blur out the faces for them, something that would only take about 5 minutes and would cost taxpayers absolutely nothing.
They turned you down. In my opinion, that simply doesn't make a lot of sense.
About those blurred out faces, the NFTA wasn't so worried about privacy in May when it asked the media to circulate this picture of a suspected criminal. Notice no faces were blurred out.
So it was an error.
You have to ask yourself, is the NFTA just doing whatever it can do to stop this video from getting to the public?
It wasn't as if we were trying to prevent this. We just wanted that video to be released in a fashion that we were comfortable with.
How can you expect the public to have a trust in this agency when it makes them jump through so many hoops to just get a video like this?
I would say that the public does trust the NFTA. We spend a tremendous amount of time and effort to make sure that we're in compliance with FOIL.
FOIL, the state's Freedom of Information law, is what we used to try to obtain another NFTA video in January, after Nancy Hodges said a bus driver verbally harassed her on a Metro bus because she was disabled.
He said, "Why should I give you a reduced fare card? You don't look like you're disabled. And you're going to have to start paying full price because Donald Trump said this is a new America and that everybody is going to have to pay their own way."
Such a troubling story. I guess to get to the bottom of this, we really do need to see that video.
Absolutely.
At the time of the incident, the NFTA said it was, quote, reviewing all available video to see what transpired. But when we asked for a copy, the NFTA said it had no video or audio records because there was a video system defect on that bus.
We're supposed to be public servants, and we're supposed to make records available, in the words of the law, whenever and wherever feasible.
Now, almost as soon as that story hit the air, we also heard from an employee of the NFTA who wrote to us. He said, "You are just scratching the surface with the authority. They hide more than just videos. I hope you continue to peel back the layers of deception in this agency. Well, as long as we continue to receive tips from the writing public, people like yourselves, this is exactly what we will continue to do." For the I-Team, Charlie Speck, 7 Eyewitness News.
All right.